Good morning, it's a new day in Bustleton. So this morning we are traveling to Margaret River, but I realized I never gave you a real tour of our van. So today we kind of organized a bit, so I think I'm ready to show you what the van looks like. So this morning we are planning to have breakfast outside. That's why we put the chairs here. We got them with the hire of the van. And then you have these tables you can take outside. So we're gonna use these. This is the entrance from the back, from the van, and we have a microwave here and a fridge. This one stays cool even though we're not plugged into any power. And then we have cupboards here with like pots and pans. Let me just open it. Yeah, so pots and pans, and then we bought water. Right, so we have an upper bed, so this can be pulled out, but it's really tight there. We tried the first night in there, but it was a bit cold and not as comfortable. So we now use it for storage for our backpacks and the suitcase. And our main bed is here. So usually it has a table as well, but we don't really need a table. And these are extra seats that you can use to sleep on as well. And then it goes to the front car, and we have curtains here and on the side, and it gets really dark as well at night. And then we have top shelves here with glasses, our sink over here, and we can turn on water, lights as well. And then I have all my makeup, hair things on the top shelf here and the bin. And then this is our stove. This is where we charge our things, and you can open this, and then it has a stove underneath that we haven't used yet. This is like cutlery, and here we have a cupboard with some like cleaning stuff, etc. Yep, that is it. So the main part is the bed basically, and storage. This is the view from the side. So I store my shoes down there underneath the bed. There's another cupboard for the cables for the water and the electricity. And then this is the view from the bed from the side. And then the front of the car. We have been really lucky with the two sites we had this far, because our spot for our van is always directly next to the toilets and the kitchen facilities, so we never have to walk around the park because they're actually quite big. There's like heaps of areas there, but we always have the spot right next to the facilities. It's really nice. I'm just doing my makeup now and blow dry my hair and everything. So I just show you before, this before, and then I show you the after. Alright, and that is the after. Alright, so I put my jumper on now. It is still winter in Australia and a bit cold, especially windy. And now I just need to think about what to do with my hair so it doesn't get tangled as much. So I put my hair in 2 braids to make it windproof, and I also needed for my bangs some clips, and we just filled up a gas for the first time. It was almost empty, and now we saw there's a bakery here, so of course there's a German. I need to check that out. The whole drive through Western Australia, we saw so many rainbows. I feel like every day we saw a rainbow. And especially on the drive to Margaret River, we saw so many vineyards, but you can clearly see it's not season yet, so it didn't have any grapes on them yet. but it was still so impressive. It's a really bumpy road to the waterfall that we are gonna see on our way to Margaret River, and hopefully it doesn't rain, because it keeps raining and stop raining because of the winds, but hopefully it stays dry while we hike to the waterfall. Okay, so before we go on a hike we need some energy, and I got this jam-filled donut from the bakery, and look at our view. The views are amazing. It's like all these bushes that I'm definitely positive there will be a snake coming out eventually. And you see the ocean, the coast. So nice. A few passages are flooded, so we have to be careful. Good thing we bought spare shoes as well. We've been advised that there's kangaroos up in the mountains over there. This is what I always pictured Australia to be like: red sand and dry trees. You can really see where it becomes like normal white sand. It's quite interesting. I don't know if you can hear me, but we made it. The waterfall is right behind us. It's really pretty, and the whole walk was so pretty. I would definitely recommend going here if you're heading to Margaret River. I think it's like half an hour from there, and it's such a nice view. The whole walk was like in nature. You really feel like isolated from everything. It's so nice. Alright, so we made it to Margaret River now. We just parked at our powered site, and now we're walking to the city center and see what the city center has to offer. And then we definitely have to grab some wine here and buy a bottle as well. But we don't know if we should go to a winery just to buy one there. But I'm guessing there's plenty of shops in the city center as well. So we'll see. Alright, so Lipa wants to go and try something from Chicken Treat, which is basically fast food chain here in Western Australia that we haven't seen before. And apparently it's selling chicken things like KFC kind of things. So he wants to try it, and hopefully he said he won't like it. So he's not missing it when he goes back to Queensland. But yeah, it's funny to have like a chain that you can't find anywhere except for Western Australia. So yeah, he really wants to try chicken treat. There it is, chicken treat. Such a funny name as well. I'm driving a van for the first time. So we just made it to the winery. It's just 10-minute drive from the Margaret River city, and I hope I can buy wine here. I know there's like tastings and stuff that we can't do because we're driving, but maybe you can just buy a bottle here. That would be great. I just wanted to see a vineyard close up because we only drove past some, so I wanted to go to an actual site and see it for myself. Alright, so we just got back to our camper site, and it was a really, really nice experience. I thought you had to book wine tours or book wine tastings at these wineries to try any wine, but we walked in, no one was there. I was like, is it open? Are we too late? And then basically the guy started already like, oh, here's the maps, and here is what wine we do and which regions we're working on. And it was really nice, really like knowledgeable. And he explained a few things. He explained to us in the south area of Margaret River, they do different kind of wines because they get the cold winds from Antarctica, and more northern they do these kind of wines because it's warmer winds from the Indian Ocean. It was really interesting. And then I mentioned that I'm German, and he's like, oh, you can compare this to this German Grauburgunder kind of wine. And I thought it was really nice that he knew some German wines as well. So it was really interesting. And obviously we have bought 2 wines. I couldn't decide. Usually I am not a wine drinker, but they were really, really good. One of them, this one, is the first one we tried. Usually if I drink wine, it's usually white wine. But we had a variety of them. I think I was able to try 5 wines. If you buy a bottle, it's only $10 for the wine tasting, which I think is really cheap because each wine he gave us, he explained something to us, and it was a whole experience. And it was so interesting because I thought I'd just walk in there, buy a wine, and that's it. But I actually got a full experience, which I'm really happy about because the wine itself wasn't too expensive either. So the first one we got was a Sauvignon Blanc. That's the first one I tried. I really like the label as well. It looks really pretty. It is really mild and it smells really fruity. and it's a really mild one, but I really like it. It has so much flavor. It's really good. And then he already showed us a variety of wines they have generally without me trying them. And then he mentioned, like, if you like sweet wines, and my ears went up when I had sweet, because I love sweet drinks, sweet wine, cider, everything. And then at last he said, oh, so do you want to try the sweet wine? I said, yes, please. And that's the second one I bought. This one is so good. So it is a pink Moscato, and he said, so the grapes are usually, when they ripe and they harvest them, they smell like rose platters, and this wine smells like roses. It doesn't taste like rose, it's really sweet. And he said usually you should drink it with like dessert and stuff because it's really sweet. But the first taste and the smell, I was like, I need to get this. This is so good, I can recommend. So they ship in whole Australia, and he also said in Europe they ship to Denmark and Sweden. But yeah, this one's so good. It's fizzy, it's like a bit of a fizzy drink, and it is similar to cider, I have to say that. Maybe that's why I really liked it, but this is my recommendation. In the Sauvignon Blanc, you can't go wrong with that one. It's really good, really fruity. And the other one is just, I will rebuy this and will show all my friends. It's really good. And the whole experience, really nice, really knowledgeable. I really recommend going to Stella Bella Winery. It's just a 7-minute drive from the city, so you don't have to go very far. I definitely recommend. They're so good, and it's a really nice vibe in there as well.